we will try this. Hulk is looking fierce. He is the game winner. If I can get him pulled by Grand Central, that would be fantastic. I am cluttering up the hand a little bit because I'm trying to leverage the value out of the cloning vats. I think it's still worth it to do that, rather than just cultivating the hand for a big Grand Central pull. But we'll see what comes up. It could still happen that we just hit the Hulk. It'd be fantastic. Kitty Pryde comes back again. Yeah, she's very powerful. And then they're able to clone Collectors and Demons. I have to imagine that's a little bit more powerful. A little bit more powerful of a track. There we go. A-Bomb is free. Zap, zap. Zap, zap. Oh! Thank you! Welcome, my friends. High Evolutionary is finally here. He was totally worth the wait, and he is totally worth the 6,000 tokens. He is a buy. His deck is incredibly fun. It is very competitive. I have been playing him since the minute of his release non-stop, and this is the deck that I distilled down for my testing as the best to be able to take advantage of his strengths of the cards that he is unlocking, the abilities, and being able to abuse the current meta matchup, which is just a ton of High Evolutionary mirror matchups. We have the Luke Cage to be able to stop the opponent's game plan, and we have the Rogue to be able to cancel their Luke Cage, which they are going to try to stop our game plan. We also are including the Debris as a counter to the Galactus players who think that they're running that because they perceive High Evolutionary as weak to the Galactus. Not so with the Debris, and the Debris synergizes beautifully with the Hazmat and other cards that we have that want to debuff cards on the opponent's side of the board. Being able to give the rocks to their side, which are additional targets to be debuffed, will mean that the Abomination is getting cheaper faster, and if we wait until the late game, he could be coming all the way down to free, which is an enormous breaking point for the deck. Let's talk game plan. So we have our crucial pieces of the Hulk, the Abomination as large value for us, but then we also have the Luke Cage. The mirror matchup is all a fencing match around a Luke Cage. Are you able to have your setup to block the opponent? Does the opponent block you? Do you cancel your opponents with the Rogue? These are the huge questions. I think in general, right now, the best practice is to wait and play Luke Cage at the very end to undo the negative power that you've been hit with. Pick your own cards back up, even though that means they get to follow through on the game plan of getting the cheap Abomination. Playing Luke Cage at the very end should protect him from control, and that's going to end up mattering more than if you had played him early as a roadblock to the opponent getting that cheap Abomination, because if they hit you with the control, then you are incredibly vulnerable to everything that their deck wants to do. This way, if you hold the Luke Cage until the end, at least you're able to stop half of their value in terms of the debuffs that they put on your side of the board. Another crucial card is shockingly the Cyclops. People were largely discounting the value that he was going to bring, but he is looking fantastic as a debuff engine laser eyeing the opponents down in power to be able just to provide a lot of value to us and also make that discounted Abomination. So we are looking at trying to set up Scorpion on curve, hurt the cards in their hand. Those cards getting debuffed once they get played will count to discounting our Abomination. We'll happily play the Hazmat early as well if we are hitting a couple additional targets. You want to be very careful on looking at how many new targets are going to be debuffed, because Abomination doesn't care about how many debuffs you apply, cares about unique cards being debuffed. So if you already have there are a couple cards covered in terms of having hit them either with the Scorpion or the Cyclops or the Wasp or the Thing, you can then hold Hazmat down for the big power swing at the end of the game. But if you're missing those pieces, playing the Hazmat early to be able to open up the discount on the Abomination is fantastic. We also put a very high value on making sure that we pass 1 energy per turn. There was a version of this list that was running Zabu and Iron Lad in place of the Scorpion and the Debris. I think that version is also very good, and with that discount that the Zabu is bringing to the forecasts, it makes it a little bit easier through the mid game to be able to make sure that you're passing and gaining the value on the Cyclops, Sunspot, Hulk, etc., etc. But really, it's stacking up your power in the Hulk to be able to smash the opponent at the very end. That is oh so satisfying. Jumping in here, and we got Mur Island inviting us to its rainy shores just right away. Our list is up above. If you guys have been finding something that's been working around High Evolutionary, you're gonna have to let me know in the comments down below. I want to run him in a tournament that is coming up just at the end of the week. I only have a little bit of time before I have to lock in my lists, so I am very interested in what we can possibly, the best possible list to be able to squeeze and refine out of the High Evolutionary and then catch my opponents off guard with the brand new card. That is the game plan. I could go Wasp now. They do flip first. Probably going to play into Mir Island. Take the additional debuff. Then I can set up the Cyclops on 3. Keep on waiting for the Hazmat. They do play the Angela. Exactly as predicted. Now, they're doing well. Bast and Angela here. The early Bast is always quite scary to play up against. Ooh, cloning vats. Alright, alright. I feel like double Cyclops could be cracked. That could be insane. What else would be really good to get copied? I feel like Cyclops might be the best thing. Is you set up the Cyclops in 2 lanes that time. When you pass, you're putting power on the Sunspot and you're debuffing so many cards across the opponent's suite. Not sure they're going to be able to keep up. Also, if I find the Luke Cage, then cloning Hazmat. That's also a very good piece. Hulk already up to 14. I mean, at the point where he's a 614, that's looking good. At the point where he's a 616, that's looking scary. 618, 620, that's a game ender. That's where it finally feels like the Hulk when he smashes down with all this extra power from his ongoing ability. And it's very easy to be able to pass just a couple turns to bring up that value, right? There's A-Bomb. Alright. Need to be able to get additional debuffs going here. The debuffs happen at the end of the turn, so you don't have to care too much about initiative. It would be great if they started playing into cloning vats, though. They might just avoid it altogether. I guess cloning the Abomination is pretty sweet as well, especially now that he's going to be continually discounted. So, yeah, turn 5 is looking like an Abomination to cloning vats, plus Hazmat. And still hoping for a Luke Cage appearance. Kitty Pryde shows up. Buffing the Angela, buffing the Bishop. Kitty is so efficient, especially when you have your engine pieces set up. That 1 energy just gave them 5 power. Kitty up by 2, Angela up by 2, Bishop up by 1. So good. Alright, she disappears here. Then I go A-Bomb, Scorpion, maybe, or Hazmat. They're flipping first. This could actually be a time where the Hazmat is good. Alright, we'll try this. We will try this. Hulk is looking fierce. He is the game winner. If I can get him pulled by Grand Central, that would be fantastic. I am cluttering up the hand a little bit because I'm trying to leverage the value out of the cloning vats. I think it's still worth it to do that, rather than just cultivating the hand for a big Grand Central pull. But we'll see what comes up. It could still happen that we just hit the Hulk. It'd be fantastic. Kitty Pryde comes back again. Yeah, she's very powerful. And then they're able to clone Collectors and Demons. I have to imagine that's a little bit more powerful. A little bit more powerful of a track. There we go. A-Bomb is free. Zap, zap. Zap, zap. Oh! Thank you! And they get the demon ripped away. Oh, man. Thing. Thing. So it's A-Bomb on left to give us the best try. We could still get outpaced over there, to be fair. And then Thing again on right to bury them. And Hulk will go up by 2. He is ongoing, so even though he's on the board now, he will still benefit from me passing energy this turn. Feels like what I gotta do. No Luke Cage, pretty sad. Otherwise the my whole side getting picked up, playing Hazmat again. Be really valuable, but here we go. All depends on where they want to play their Kitty and whatnot. They do invest on closing out Mir Island. Unfortunate for us. Pop, pop. Slows them down a little bit. Collector up. It's the 4 power Kitty Pryde because they cloned her at some point. Oh, just an Iceman? I say just an Iceman, as that it buffs both Collectors and the Bishop. It's too much to be stopped. Look at that. I mean, hey, even if I hadn't got the lucky Hulk pull, we still would have been looking fantastic. Can you imagine that? We actually got a gameplay showcase of something against Bounce, not against another High Evolutionary deck. I'm anticipating that we're just going to see mostly mirrors. Base though. It could be Thanos, it could be Thanos High Evolutionary. I was tinkering around with a Thanos High Evolutionary deck on stream. If you guys are curious, check out the stream to be able to, you can always scrub through, be able to see what we were playing. I want to hold the cage. I don't have anything else to do. I'm going to go ahead and play cage. Angela, alright. Not showing any evolved status yet. Maybe we'll actually just see a straightforward video against other decks. That would be fantastic. Give me the Cyclops, and then I will wait on Wasp. We could end up playing Debris Wasp here. What is all this? You're filling up Lemuria already? Are you Bounce? What? What is this? Why are you doing it? I don't understand. Play you. Play the Wasp to be able to debuff these guys. Is it actually Bounce? Are they going to play a Beast here at the end of this stack? Or is it like a bunch of, would it be like Stone Killmonger? I don't think they had the energy to be able to put that together. Soul Stone. Cancelled by Luke Cage. Oh, the Nightcrawler can move to the side. Okay. Now it makes more sense. They're running out of board space fast, though they could have the Killmonger in here anywhere. Wishing they had the Okoye before they got all that card draw. And then the armor actually shows a little bit. Maybe it's not the Killmonger play that I was expecting. Big ol' Hulk ready to go. I will steal the Soulstone effect. And then I will wait. Or do I play A-Bomb here? Fascinating. I am not debuffing any new cards unless they play a new card here and Cyclops is able to ping him. I could just play the A-Bomb and trust in the 16-point Hulk being significant enough to scare the opponent away. I'll go ahead and play A-Bomb here on right. This is a big flip. Turning the Soulstone against them. I could have just waited, I guess, for the Kazar. Or the Blue Marvel, right? It's Thanos Zoo. Oh no. Oh no. Nexus, we snap on this. Hulk in the back pocket to be able to project that 16 power out everywhere. Oh yes, we move to the side. How could I forget? Asteroid M, one of the most forgotten locations all time. The Reality Stone just betrays them here. Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel. It's a lot of power everywhere, but bold of you to think that you are actually holding on at the Nexus. Hulk carries it home. Scorpion on tempo with Abomination in hand. Feels pretty nice. They have, what is this, 4 cards in hand. They play any of those 4 cards, counts toward Abomination. Shocker, here we go. Mirror match is on. We're holding the Rogue. Hell's Kitchen gives us the Sunspot. We also receive Cyclops. I'm going to go ahead and set him up. Now we're going to be careful about trying to pass additional energy, but also try and maximize the debuffs that we can spit out there. There we go. A-Bomb growls at the sound of the Cyclops coming to the board, injured. I flip first. I want to play the Hazmat kind of, but I guess not. I mean, I could just play Abomination, but I could also play Sunspot. Do I just play Abomination as a 4/9? It feels like we could get so much more out of him. But I don't know. I'd like to avoid Cyclops if possible. My opponent probably going to be passing here. I'm going to go Hazmat. I'm going to go Sunspot. Yep. We only debuff 1 additional card on the opponent's side. They storm Grand Central. I don't know if we're going to be able to make it back to good effect or not. I do have Hulk, though. I do have Hulk to be able to come swinging in. I mean, is just Thing good enough? Pop the Storm, pop the Cyclops, put down 9 power here. I get debuffed at the end of this turn and the end of next turn. So it's actually 7 power. I'd go up by 3. It means if the opponent invests in there, they should be able to win. But if they don't, I will be able to steal it from them. And they likely don't have a way to be able to come back at me here. What is your play here? Do you play your Abomination? Your Abomination is full price. I don't think you want to play a full price Abomination, but you might. You might play Sunspot. You might play your own thing. I don't know what they're gonna do. I really don't know. They could play like a Luke Cage, protected by the storm, so it's not vulnerable. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. He made the call. Now, does making the read mean that we can win? Who knows? It's not looking good right now. Tell you that much. Where are you going to play? My cards are not really debuffed enough for you to combo too much around Abomination. I don't have anything for Rogue to steal. I don't want to play my own Abomination. I want to play Hulk. I want to play Hulk right here. Hulk to the Hell's Kitchen. I match and I'll top you. Oh, close, but we pull it out. What a read. Mind Stone, more Thanos. Thanos still popular, Thanos still strong. The battle between the big bads never been tighter. Both Thanos and High Evolutionary, a lot to recommend them. Hard to be able to pick between the two of them. I am on the Thanos camp still, but that is admittedly with way more time to have optimized the Thanos deck, been used to it. I was playing Thanos since he first released as well. Picked him up early adopter, a fan even when most of the glory was being taken up by Galactus. I was playing my Thanos decks. We'll go for the debris here. Kind of junk attack on Nidavellir as it stands. Thing follow-up is looking pretty solid, and then the Luke Cage to be able to buoy our power above the Soulstone Mire. Fantastic. Wasp to hit ya. Thing to smack ya. Would really like to see Hulk to be able to land on Plunder Castle, but not always possible. The Raft. Oh boy. Race to the Raft. They get A-Bomb. Only cards that cost 6. So they are Thanos, High Evo, Lockjaw. This was a deck that I was testing pretty much exactly this list earlier. Give me this. Give me... Here's the thing, if I play all this out, then I cannot play my... I guess it's not Hazmat? Is it actually like just Luke Cage Sunspot? I stopped the Soulstone debuffing my cards with the Luke Cage. I think he's pretty important, especially because this deck is going to be running other cards with the debuff effect. If he's showing the Abomination, he could be running Thing, he could be running Cyclops, he could be running Wasp himself. Especially with the Lockjaw, he has to be running at least Wasp. And then we get the free 6 costs. We figure out if we want to play that or the Hazmat on left. Hopefully we draw Hulk, and then we play Hulk mid, and we play whatever other card is our prerogative. That's not how you say it. On left. Thanos? Really? I get Thanos against the Thanos. There's the Wasp. Alright, take it back. Don't you dare sting me. Wasp stings vicious. Evil creatures. Rogue, eh? I need all 6 on the Sunspot to be able to pass them, and if they have another ongoing buff, it's over. But I think it's worth seeing the flip. And I don't think they have anything to be able to pass us at Nidavellir, but they could have something into Plunder Castle. What would it be? Like, does Spectrum wreck us? Spectrum is buffing on left, buffing on right. The Spectrum does buff on right, but would they play that alongside High Evolutionary? The only other ongoing that's actually added is the Hulk. Everything else, even though it seems like they have ongoing powers, don't actually have the ongoing tag. Alright, we'll close it out. How's it going, babes? Teddy wife just made it home, guys. That is the Spectrum. We called it? Oh, they got that out of the Raft, and then they go Thanos mid. Hold on. We tie. Margin of victory is ours. Oh. I was like, they're not going to run the Spectrum, but they could get the Spectrum for free out of the Raft. So here is the deck in all of its evolved, perfected glory. This list is mean. It is vicious, high evolutionary, incredibly powerful. You have these really huge swings, a lot of flexibility based on what your card draw is to see what you focus on, whether it's the big Hulk, the cheap Abomination, or just being able to play through some high point efficiency in terms of your engine batteries, the Cyclops, the Sunspot, Hazmat, etc. Being able to rob the opponent with the Rogue can come in very clutch as well. If you guys pick this deck up, I hope it earns you many cubes on your climb up to infinite. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.